Vacant land, a unique target in our country. Prime real estate for development or invasion. But the state has a solution. Mega cities.
This is Cosmo City, a multi-billion rand mega city conceptualized as a solution to informal settlements in the early 2000s. 20 years later, it's become a city with its own schools, transport routes, and shopping malls.
But Cosmo is a rarity. In most cases, these projects drag on for decades or never materialize.
And one in particular has become a very costly black hole. Welcome to Montrose Mega City Development.
By March next year, Montrose City is supposed to look like this: a home, a workplace, and a transport hub for residents of nearby informal settlements.
It's at a standstill. There is nothing happening.
Nothing. Nothing.
South Africa's megacities are cities built from scratch. They're supposed to be a one-stop shop providing much-needed housing close to jobs and services like schools. Getting rid of informal settlements is a key driver.
Cosmo was certainly one of the original, let's call it, new cities on the fringe of then Johannesburg.
Peter Ahmad is a city planner with extensive experience working in the Johannesburg and Cape Town metros. The Department of Human Settlements has at least 50 megacity projects in different stages of development across the country. Hundreds of billions in private and public funds have been poured into them in the past 20 years.
That idea of the seductive artist's impression with fancy roofing typologies, something like a Dubai or a Singapore skyline.
But judging from this 2022 Human Settlements Parliamentary Monitoring Group report, the seductive dream is far from becoming a reality.
They are fanciful arrangements. They are often driven by land speculation and/or a good news story in a headline. When you actually scratch at the surface, you start to see things falling.
This story is about a promised multi-billion rand mega-city housing development and the mysterious contractor who failed to deliver.
Normally, the town planner is the first in and first out. I was the first in, and I think I'll probably be last out.
Town planner Paul Zitzman drew up the plans for the new Montrose City near Gauteng's western border.
The total project is 13,800 units.
A total cost, a whopping 11 billion rand. And as if you need reminding, that's taxpayers' money. It's funded through the Gauteng Department of Human Settlements, the Rand West Local Municipality, and its implementing agent, the Gauteng Partnership Fund, GPF. The tender was awarded to SCM Properties and Development in 2017. Big promises were made.
There's an office park, there's an industrial park, there's a technical college site, there's a private hospital site, there's a provincial hospital site.
By there is, Paul means on paper, because most of what he planned doesn't exist.
The only completed habitable units, I think it's 170 odd, it's just a fraction of what the entire first phase should look like.
Actually, the units built by SCM aren't complete. They have no electricity, faulty sanitation, and crumbling foundations. And the state of these units is a window into the gross mismanagement of the project. For a start, contractors say they owed millions of rands.
It's around 2.86 million. Yeah.
So much money.
Yes. That's why I drive a very small car, you see.
𝗬𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀 provided security services for Montrose Development.
You can see here, that's my invoices. 268,000, and he will give you 18,000.
How much does Sam owe you still?
5.7 million.
The contractors say one man is to blame, the developer. 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝘀, owner of SCM Properties and Development. He's been in business since the early 2000s, but what exactly he was involved in before scoring the multi-billion rand Montrose deal is somewhat of a mystery. We scoured the internet and found no company websites and no traces of previously completed projects.
I had to put my company's money into a project where there was no money. The project failed and I took big money from my company.
Contractors say 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝘀 has left their businesses in the red, collectively owing them 30 million rand. Of this amount, David Benzana says he's owed 13.5 million rand. To protect his business interests, David prefers not to show his face. He says the development was doomed from the start.
That project actually collapsed 2017 because there was no proper structure on site, there was no proper management on site. Everything was just, free for all.
For years, 𝗬𝗃 only received partial payments.
Montrose was my baby. I stopped my life looking after this project.
𝗬𝗃 says 𝗵𝗶𝘀 didn't provide the basics and thieves broke down doors to steal fixtures.
We had to go raise funds to buy stoppers to fix those doors. While on the other hand, we are not getting paid.
He never checked up on you guys?
Never, never.
𝗵𝗶𝘀's company is leasing the 400 hectares of land from the owners, but so far he hasn't paid them a cent of the 50 million rand he owes them. What's more, walls and roofs went up without infrastructure in the ground.
It goes all the way up to there.
David says he was shocked at how unprepared 𝗵𝗶𝘀 was.
I don't know whether he was working on the boot of a car or what, but we had to provide an office for them. We gave him the site office for his 2 engineers because he had only 2 engineers for a 11 billion project, which is a very, 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 very worrying.
On site, we found what seemed to be SCM's offices and piles of their documents. We asked 𝗵𝗶𝘀 for an interview. He sent a message asking how much he allegedly owed the contractors. After we gave him this breakdown, he stopped responding.
SCM Properties and Development had, to my knowledge, no experience.
An astonishing statement when, once again, you consider this project was worth 11 billion rand of your money. The Construction Industry Development Board regulates the built environment. Legally, to win a bid of 30,000 rand or more, a company must be registered with the CIDB, not 𝗵𝗶𝘀. When he won the Montrose City tender in 2017, SCM was not registered. He only complied 2 years later.
When you're talking about developments of several thousand units and major capital investment, you would expect there's a degree of track record and experience behind those who are developing.
But the only track record we could find were numerous provisional liquidations against 𝗵𝗶𝘀's companies, including Resilient Rock, the trade name for SCM.
There are rumors that Sam is very well connected, that there is a political hand in the project.
Despite sending written questions, getting answers from the municipality, the Department of Human Settlements and the GPF was challenging. Eventually, we got a response from Human Settlements saying the department had acted lawfully and that SCM had met all the necessary requirements before being awarded the project. Human Settlements could have cancelled the contract. Instead, they brought in another contractor to save the project.
So they said there's a developer struggling to complete his project. Please can we go and assist him?
That's a representative of 𝗀𝗵𝗀𝗀 Construction. They promised to settle the contractors' debts on condition they were brought on as co-developers.
They came here on site wearing Louis Vuittons, driving expensive cars. Same story, non-payment.
There was no payment because 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝘀 refused to sign the co-developer agreement, which would have given them access to funds. After years of non-payment, Buleng's employees decided she had pocketed the money.
After some few weeks, they came here. They put tires all around. I was with my kids in the house. They wanted to burn my house.
As the 11 billion rand project continued to crumble, 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝘀 still allegedly accessed millions of rands from human settlements until December last year. Buleng says the municipality informed them that 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝘀 had been paid. She once again demanded her money from him.
He said, I will give you 30% of your money.
He didn't. It took 7 years and intense political pressure for human settlements to finally terminate the contract with SCM. Exactly how many millions 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝘀 and his company have pocketed from this incomplete project is unclear. Human Settlements is currently looking for a new developer, hopefully this time someone who is actually qualified.
Today there are homeless people that are supposed to benefit from this project. They have no homes. And that is what I think is a pity, a great pity about this project.
What's even more cruel is that they have to walk past this development every day and wonder what could have been. This was supposed to be their life. This was supposed to bring opportunity.